We're finally back with another Fyxshion radio. So yeah, today, of course, we have Shinja once again.
Hello.
So yes, we're going to be talking about a really cool Isekai genre type of anime and some other stuff too, because this is not just an anime. So anyway, Shinja, can you tell us a little bit about ReZero starting life in another freaking world?
Yeah, dude. So isekai, typically your protagonist gets to a parallel universe, parallel world, usually of fantasy kind, uh, through various means, reincarnations, a game, yada yada. Uh, in this anime, ReZero, our protagonist Subaru, we don't really know how he got to this other world. He just kind of he literally exits a convenience store. Yeah, and he's there.
Yeah.
And so the anime gives you very like it makes you think that things are gonna play out like every other isekai, that it's just gonna be like, okay, whatever, like, he's the hero of this chosen world or whatever, or it's gonna be something like Konosuba, where he's just gonna have a harem, or like they're gonna go crazy and have shenanigans and stuff. Not at all.
Nope.
The anime takes a very dark turn really quick, where our protagonist basically has the power to return from death. So anytime he dies, he has like a checkpoint, like you would in a video game.
Respawn.
Yeah, so you like respawn to like your last save, but he doesn't get to choose when his last save is. So there's a lot of things that happen with this. One, he has to relive the same traumatic experiences over and over again until he gets it right. And it's not like they're painless deaths either. They're very horrific deaths.
Yeah.
And it's at some point, it's got the whole Steins Gate thing to it, where it's not even like just like dying anymore. It's just like the psychological trauma of seeing other people die and people betraying you, and like your friendships being broken and stuff. Like it's intense to watch. But like once you have your character go to such depths, like they're just so defeated, it can only improve from there, right? So there's a lot of uplifting moments as well.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it's an anime filled with a lot of questions that don't really get answered real quick. So and more are constantly thrown at you. Like season 2 just showed up, and we have like new characters introduced. People suffering from certain conditions again that we don't really know why. Everyone's acting weirdly, and you don't know why, and like there's little hints here and there, and you're like, what, why? Like it's great. It's a lot to unravel.
Right.
So it's definitely going to keep you on the edge of your seat, just wondering what's going to happen next, because whatever you expect to happen is not going to happen. And of course that goes for the protagonist as well. Like whatever they wish is going to happen, it's not going to be that simple.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a video game. Let's just think that this is a video game. You die, you respawn, but like Shin just said, it's not gonna be the same. It's like, okay, this was my last checkpoint, and then something else just happened.
Yep.
And then you need to deal with that, and Man, this is crazy because, like the latest episode, we're going to jump into spoilers. I don't care. This anime is driving me nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, yeah, like, one of the things that I liked that they introduced in this latest season was, so there's a character named Garfield.
Yeah.
And I love him mostly because he demonstrates how humans like you can't just put them in a box.
Right.
You know, you can't just be like, oh, you're gonna do or say this, he's gonna act this way. Like, people are more complex than that.
Yeah.
So he's kind of like a wild card in the sense that, like, Subaru, like, he does a thing expecting Garfield's gonna back him up, and then Garfield's like, whoa, hey, hold on here now. Like,
Yeah.
no, I'm not playing nice with you. So it's like stuff like that, like, it just throws a whole loop into like what the plan is gonna be like.
Exactly.
Oh, you like, Subaru thinks he's gonna get straight down to business. He's on a clock here, and Garfield's like, nope, I'm gonna get in your way. And
I'm wondering, is there a video game that actually changes just like ReZero? Just like that, like you die, you respawn, and everything is just so different. Or some character just changes personality, which happens all the time in this anime.
You know, that would be super cool, like,
Yeah.
if that was the thing.
Challenging and all. It's
Like, there are games that, like, they, like, you have multiple paths, but like,
yeah.
it's all very usually simple, like, yes or no sort of things,
right.
or like, you know, which Garfield isn't a yes or no, like,
No, that's oh boy.
So yeah, like, I can't really think. It'd be hard to program something like that, I feel like.
Indeed. Mostly visual novels kind of do that, but it's just so rare. But I was looking into this anime, right? And when I started looking deep, this is actually a light novel. And you know me with novels, and I like reading light novels. So I'm like, okay, then I have to read some more because it has light novels and also has a manga. Just like this other isekai named SAO, which we don't care to talk about it anymore. But anyway, there's other isekai that are better than that shit.
Yeah, there's a bunch you can choose from. Like, every year, there's at least several dozen that come out.
Indeed.
But yeah, I feel like ReZero really stands out, like, in the midst of a lot of them, because it's like, the character really has no idea, like, what he's doing. He's not in a position of power either. Like, he does have a really cool ability, which is like, you can never, like, truly die.
Exactly. But it's so painful at the same time, man. Like, okay, we're going to jump into spoilers right now. I don't care. Okay. So basically, like, the protagonist Subaru, he has that power in particular, and he just doesn't forget what happened. That's the thing. You just remember everything that happened, even though you die and then you respawn and you just revive and you just remember everything that happened. It's just so painful.
Yeah. What sucks about it though is that he can't tell anyone else he has this power either, because, you know, like, normally, like, you know, it'd be hard to convince someone like you have that power.
Exactly.
But you could just, you know, predict stuff. However, like, there's an unseen force throughout the anime which the anime suggests that there's a witch named Satella kind of pulling the strings.
Yeah.
If it's actually her, we don't know.
We cannot forget the bosses in this anime, dude.
Yeah.
That giant whale. Do you remember that boss? We call it boss, but yeah, it's one of those huge. Wow, dude! I'm like, even the animation just wow me. Like I felt really bad for that whale, but that whale, bro.
I mean, it put up a really big fight.
Yeah.
I really loved just like since Subaru doesn't have any powers other than like just as we mentioned coming back from death.
Yeah.
Other characters have a chance to shine in like doing cool stuff, where Subaru is just mostly just being more of a leader type of commander position. So there was this one guy, I forget what his name was, but he's like a swordsman butler kind of looking dude.
The old guy. I love that dude.
Yeah, awesome. It was amazing, very cool, coolly choreographed.
Yeah, amazing.
And when you have like a giant like enemy like that, it gets all like Attack on Titan like style.
Literally, yeah. that was just that. I mean, like, and that whale got attacked so many freaking times. I think I rewatched the OVAs. I think it was like a recap for all those episodes from season 1. I think it was like 7 episodes, but they were kind of long. Dude, man, like I don't know if they actually reanimated the some of the fight scenes, but wow, it's just the animation in this anime is top notch. Is at that level of what's it called, Face State, and of course Sao has amazing fights too. But I mean, it's that kind of level of animation.
Yeah, you can really tell they put in extra detail, especially when it comes to like the fights and especially any of the gory stuff.
Oh yeah.
Like the detail kicks up like 10 notches. Like it gets way more graphic, and you can feel the intensity of everything. So they're using their budget wisely.
Oh yes, I mean, and the gore and the bloody. This anime is bloody. It's gory. It's it's blood everywhere. It's Bleach.
Yeah, and so remember, like we want to make our protagonist suffer, so it's got to be like excruciating deaths as well. So like one of the first few deaths like that he has is being disemboweled. Like that's like so horrific. They censor a lot of it, but you can still sort of see like a little bit, or like a lot of it is left up to your imagination. It's still traumatic.
Exactly. That's what I love about this anime.
But like just recently, he got disemboweled again by the same person.
Yep.
And you could see his intestines like trailing out.
Yeah. Literally.
And I was like, oh my God, how are you still alive? What the heck?
I mean, like he could actually see himself die. Like,
yeah, like that's like how horrible is that? Right? Like it's just not just like you're gonna die. It's just also see like, hey, that thing is supposed to be inside of me.
Exactly the point. Man, this anime is driving me nuts. I mean, like, such as the blood in this anime, even though they censor a bit, but you can actually see like you said, like the guts, and like there's so little censoring. It's not a censor like Hunter x Hunter 2011. That was censoring.
They got really creative with how they censored and stuff. Like one of the infamous censoring that they did in Hunter x Hunter was Killua was the heart that he ripped out of someone. The original he had it in his hand, and the new one they put it in a bag.
They put it in a bag, yeah, exactly.
So It's like creative kind of censorship.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, ReZero is straight up just like, nope. Like, here's a decapitation.
Yeah, arms flying off. It doesn't matter if you're a guy, if you're a girl, you will get your body teared into pieces.
Yeah. Speaking of like how like gory and graphic stuff are, like the voice actor for Subaru does such a great job. Like he has to be screaming all the time. Yeah. And like this last episode, in specific,
it's the
like
suffering, like I feel it because he's like very good at voice acting.
Yeah, no, for sure. And like just to keep that emotion so consistent, like throughout all the lines and everything, I was just like, I am totally buying this right now.
Yeah, you can actually feel his pain, and like this is in actually every episode. I'm like, how is this guy actually doing this? Because
how does he still have a voice?
this is like every freaking week. Maybe this has been done previously. Most of the time anime, they just do it weekly, like other shonen. They just do it weekly and they just like rest a bit. But you know, unlike this one, I think this one has already been made. It's not actually like other shonen that has been like weekly animated or voice act. This was actually, I think it was one day acting. One or 2 days screaming.
I think it depends on the anime. Like I mean, like One Piece, for example, that's like a weekly anime,
totally weekly,
not seasonal. So like they have to, you know, like get like the whole crew together and record it and stuff,
right?
Regularly. But ReZero, like it's a seasonal anime, so
exactly. So let me get this out of the way. So the twins, who are you with? I just want to get this out of the way because I know people are, oh, which one do you like?
Well, there's only one right answer, obviously. The other one doesn't exist. I'm a Rem guy.
Yes, me too.
Mostly because my favorite color is the color blue, you know. So.
And she can freaking fight.
Yeah, I mean, Ram, she's literally, they've made her to be literally useless in every way.
She's literally a maid.
Yeah, well, she's not even a good maid because she can't do anything. They've made her character be completely dependent to Rem.
Yeah.
Now I feel like there's gonna be more that they reveal with Ram later on to like maybe make us like her more.
Right.
But there was more like of a deeper like character development was Rem that like it's just like everyone immediately was just jumping on the Rem ship. But I felt real bad for Ram because like there were memes for a long time where like everyone was just like, Ram, who's that?
Exactly, yeah. And you can see these twins in, I don't know, memes and all of that. But of course, the one that is actually the coolest is the one with the blue hair.
Yeah.
She can fight, though. And although, well, what was her name again? The one that is with Subaru right now?
Frederica?
Yeah, I mean, the one that is, she lost her memory or something like that, right?
Wait, the one that was Subaru right now? Are you talking about the blonde-haired one or
the white hair? I mean, blonde, white, whatever. I just forget her name.
Are we talking about the maid or are we talking about the female protagonist?
The female protagonist, yeah.
Oh, Emilia.
Emilia. Jesus, how the hell? So yes, people have been also been debating if Subaru will end up with Emilia or, you know.
Yeah, it's interesting because like he's he falters for a while and chooses Rem. Like, he just wants to escape from his painful life and just be with Rem. But because of Rem's encouragement, he actually decides to go after Emilia, which is so weird to me. How it must feel to just accept you're gonna be a side chick. But he also kind of truly genuinely fell in love with Rem.
Yeah, exactly.
But was like, nope, I'm gonna go with Emilia. I don't know, that whole situation is weird to me. So I could see it that.
Yeah, I mean, in the first, I think it was the first episode this season, he was I think it was the last episode of the last season, and then it started with that argument. It started with that oh yeah, about Rem and all that, but she can't remember. Emilia cannot remember shit. I'm wait, what?
Yeah, no, dude. When they did that whole who's Rem? I'm
yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Dude. I was you guys did not just do me like that. I almost stopped watching there because I called it immediately that as soon as Subaru was who's Rem, it's it's too late. The checkpoint's probably been reset.
And exactly.
And it's gonna be at the carriage when he asks that question. And lo and behold, yep, he shows up at the carriage after committing suicide, which I also feels weird about that, but he's not the first time. Yeah, I was oh gosh dang it, everyone came back for Rem. That's
exactly. Yeah.
That's the biggest blue balling ever. You come back for Rem and you're yeah, I can't wait to see what's how it's gonna develop. Subaru and Rem, they're gonna be so tight. Rem's gonna help him out and everything. Nope, she's in a coma.
Yep.
And everyone forgot about her. So, yep.
I mean, it's not her fault. She was fighting a freaking deadly sin.
Yeah.
About that though, Jesus, those. Okay, let's just. Okay, so that was episode 2 or 3 when she was fighting one of those. Which one was? Was it Wrath?
They fought Wrath and Gluttony.
Gluttony, yeah.
Actually, was it Wrath or was it Envy? I can't remember. But yeah, definitely Gluttony was the one that fought her specifically.
Yeah, exactly.
And took her memories and put her in a coma.
Yeah, but she put up a good fight, but they were just powerful, man.
We just knew it was gonna happen. It's they were the masters of the whale.
Mm-hmm, yeah. And
it took an entire army to defeat this whale. I was yeah, it's not happening.
It's not exactly. These people are powerful, especially was it Lust or
the first person he fought and the only sin that they had shown up to this point was Sloth.
Sloth, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
They haven't shown anyone else.
Yeah, exactly.
Either until this point. So we knew there were more sins.
Of course, yeah. I mean, it's better right now than 7 Deadly Sins, which the previous season was shit. Animation was shit, and right now it's on Netflix. You can watch it. I don't know if they fixed the animation. I don't care.
I've seen comparisons. They fixed a little bit. It's still not true animation. It's more it's keyframing. That's what they've done.
But yeah, so these are really good Deadly Sins. I really want more develop on the deadly sins on ReZero because I like them. They're more like the uh I don't know if I should compare it, but Full Metal Alchemist, Seven Deadly Sins.
Yeah, they're more like those sins. I mean, they're not like what are they called? Not chimeras.
Homunculi.
Yeah, they're not homunculi. But you know, they are like part of like a cult like group.
Right.
Trying to accomplish a goal.
Exactly.
But yeah, it's just gonna be interesting to see like all of the different sins, like why they're following the witches, or like, you know, like how involved the witches are, because you know we got one witch revealed,
Yeah.
which is the one that kind of looks like Emilia.
Yeah.
And you know, we had that interesting scene where Subaru drank her bodily fluids.
Yep.
But so, you know, we've had her shown, and it's like, is she a bad guy? Is she not? Like, you know, like it's so confusing because we don't really even know if like the witches themselves are bad, or if it's just the cult followers. And Beatrice, like we've seen, is also a witch follower. She has one of their Bibles. So what does that mean of her? Like she clearly doesn't seem evil, but she's following someone's will. You know.
Yeah, that book, was it from the previous or one of the bosses that was, or something like that?
Subaru is holding on to the one from Sloth.
Right.
And he might still have it. I can't remember if he gave it to someone else to examine it, but Beatrice didn't have it. Beatrice had her own Bible/book.
Yeah.
So, you know, that was why Subaru was like, why do you have that there? Like,
exactly.
Like, is that yours?
I don't think so, because he was like remembering when and who was wielding that Bible, and I do remember who was wielding it. It's a freaking crazy boss. What was his name again? It was a weird ass boss. Like, it was crazy as hell.
Well, I mean, we saw Sloth holding it, but I don't know if it's. I mean, I feel like it was a different one.
It was on the previous season.
Oh no, dude. I was pretty certain that was Beatrice's own book or Bible, but we'll find out again once Subaru confronts her. This
anime. This is the good thing about this anime. It's so unpredictable. It's one of those isekais that the protagonist is not as the powerful one, that is gonna get all the girls, and you know, there's a protagonist that struggles a lot and actually tries to do something to to get what he wants. I mean, even though when he just finishes a boss, then something else just happened, and you know, just like any other game. But it just keeps on getting even worse and worse and worse, and that's what I like about this isekai. Unlike others, which we do not want to mention again, you do know which one I'm talking about. I'm still watching it today. I'm still watching it because, you know, it's my duty as an anime, as an otaku, to watch and finish an anime, even though is you know. But this one is fully recommended. It's like, if you have not watched this anime, wow, you're missing out, because this is one of those video game types of anime, and it's just gonna blow your mind. It's so unpredictable. It's blood everywhere. it's gonna mess up with your mind a lot of times. Even the love stories in this one are better than other isekais out there. I mean, I love this triangle. If you want to call it that way. But you know, it's that maybe it's just me, but anyways, I think that will be it for me. Is there anything else you want to say about this awesome anime, Shinja?
I'm just looking forward to seeing, future developments of it. Just hopefully there's a happy ending. That's like the one hope we have. But we're in for the long run. Whatever happens, I'm just letting myself be taken by this story and just let all the loops happen.
Yeah. So yeah, just to be clear, there's actually a game for this anime, and it's a visual novel. And yeah, it's on the PS4 and PS Vita. So yeah.
Poor Vita.
Yeah, poor Vita. It was released on 2017, so I think, they're still releasing games for the Vita, even though it was dead a long time ago. But anyway, guys, watch this anime. Fully recommended. Yeah. So this will be it, guys. This has been Punky.
This has been Shinja.
We'll see you guys later.
Bye-bye.